channel. It's your girl Makeup Moo, and if you're new here, you might hear some sirens, and if not, you already know it's tea stain. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of makeup therapy. I'm going to be updating you guys pretty much on my life and where I've been and where I keep going, and giving y'all the real tea, because I really couldn't give y'all the real tea before, but now that things are handled, I'm about to let y'all know like what's really going on. So go grab you a glass of wine, go pop you some popcorn, make you a little snack, or go heat up your dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, and let's get into the tea. So as you know, I already come with a clean face, so I'm going to start off with primer. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass mineral primer veil. Y'all know I love this stuff. This is like my favorite primer to use in the spring and summer, because you know, if you get oily or you sweat, girl, she gonna soak her right up. So I'm just gonna kind of put that on all over. So what is up, Miss Mamas? I really have to give y'all the real tea. Like, it's not funny, but it's crazy. Like, life has just been crazy. So as y'all have noticed, like throughout the last probably like 5 years, I've been like on and off YouTube. I barely post on Instagram. And that's because life has really been like real stressful. And I know I say life is stressful a lot, but like y'all don't even understand. Alright, so first I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut. And I'm just going to kind of like cover up like my, well, I don't know, do you guys think my eyes are dark underneath? I kind of feel like over time, my under eyes kind of got a little dark. But maybe it's not. I don't know. My skin looking real good today, except for my little whatever's going on right here. But I like to just kind of put this like under my eyes or like around my mouth, where I just feel like I'm a little bit darker than the rest of my face. But yeah, y'all, no funny. Why I almost died. And it's not even funny. But the kicker is the dude that was about to kill me ended up suing me. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is he was suing me for $5 million. Like, all what? So yeah, y'all, I don't really want to, I don't even think I can really get into like the full story. But to make a very long story short, this dude pulled a gun out on me, and I'm talking about like right in my face. Like, I'm looking down the barrel and I'm looking at him like, you serious? Long story short, the day of the incident, I almost got locked up because he made it seem like I was the aggressor. Yeah, little old me, please. Y'all, this happened at my job. Like, this happened at my job. I'm talking about first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. It was 6:55 in the morning. This happened. And I will never forget it because I was just in a good mood. And why I keep saying like it's not funny, but it's just like, to me, it's just a reminder of connecting to the source. Because you know how like you have that little voice in your head that tells you when not to do something and you do it anyway. Yeah, that was one of those days for me. And I really try my best to, if my mind or if that little voice in my head says don't do something or don't go somewhere, I don't go, because stuff like this happens. So basically, I woke up in a good mood. I wasn't even going to go to work this day, and that's what really kills me about it. Like, I wasn't even going to go to work because the very next day, I was going to LA for All-Star Weekend. And by the way, I had a time. So glad that I still went. But for me, like, I'm not the type to just take off work. Like, I don't like taking off work to do nothing, you know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I'm already packed up, I'm ready for my trip, I'm gonna just go to work, and then, you know, enjoy my time off after that. So I go to work, I'm on time, and that was one thing that really pissed me off, because they kept trying to say, oh, you was late. I'm sorry, but I didn't go to the military, so it don't give show up. I don't know how they do it, like 10 minutes early, 15 minutes. It's not, you don't pay me for that. I get there when I get there, and I got there at 6:55 and my tour duty started at 7. What's wrong? Yeah, it don't take that long to park a car and walk to a desk. So basically, without getting into too many details, the dude, the security dude, whatever you want to call him, he pulled his gun out on me or whatever. And then he, how do I want to tell you guys this shit is stupid, man. Basically, he pulled his gun out on me and he tried to say that I tore his rotor cuff, whatever. And I almost got locked up for that, and I almost lost my job. But yeah, I'm not going like that. So I fought for my job, won that whole little case or debacle, whatever you want to call it that. And then what pissed me off was there was many different entrances to that job location, and I guess he went out on workers comp or whatever, but then when he came back they posted him where I enter. Like, it's 2 other doors you could have posted him, but y'all gonna post him here. So I didn't feel comfortable there. I didn't feel protected as a black woman. Like, I even had to tell them in the meeting, like, because I was young when this happened. Like, this was, well, I ain't gonna say I was young, but this was like a minute ago, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, I feel like I'm a young professional, so for something like that to happen and then you guys are trying to blame the victim for what happened, to me, I just thought that was crazy. And I'm like, what if this was y'all daughter? Also too, I'm like, y'all keep saying what I did, but did you even look at the video? Because the video got all the evidence. Do you know these people was like, what video? What video? Y'all called me in this office to fire me and you haven't even reviewed all the evidence? Nah, we're not going like that. So that's how I saved myself from keeping my job. But then when they posted him at my entrance, I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here. And which I did. I switched jobs. So I done switched my job, and I'm just trying to like forget all of that. Like, when something like that is a traumatic type of situation, like somebody pulling a gun out on you and you can literally see the rage in their eyes. Like, I just feel like when stuff like that happens, it's a damn fly here. When stuff like that happens, it's like your whole life kind of flashed in front of your eyes, right? Because when you look, that's, to me, I felt like, oh my god, I'm looking into my killer's eyes, and I didn't see anything but red. Like, I just saw rage in his eyes, and I just put my hands up, like, are you? And I really asked him, like, are you serious? Yeah. Let me see my drink. But yeah, San Pellegrino, by the way, y'all know I love him. But yeah, I really try to keep that, I really try to suppress that situation and put that deep down, because the whole shit was fucked up. Like, straight shooter, like, it was just fucked up. Let me move on to the next step. What are we doing next, chat? Alright, so I blended out my concealer. You see how, like, it's just, this is giving me by itself, but we giving it a full glance. So next, I'm going with my Fenty Beauty Match Stick. I love these things. I love these things so much. And I'm gonna kind of start sculpting my face first before doing my foundation. And that's the thing. People always like, Moo, can you do classes? Can you do classes? I'm gonna think about it, but I always change my technique. Like, I don't feel like I have a signature technique because I'm always switching up how I do my makeup. Like, it really just depends on my mood that day. But yeah, so I done switched jobs, right? I would never forget this day either, because it just really threw me off. So this was on a Sunday, y'all, a Sunday. And at this particular time, my sister was staying with me, right? So we get a knock on the door. So my sister like, somebody at the door. So I'm getting ready for church, right? I was gonna go to church this day. I'm getting ready for church. I'm looking through the peephole and I'm like, who the fuck is this? My dumb ass answers the door. Would never do that again. Girl, why I got served on a Sunday before going to church? Like, what? Can't make this shit up. So I'm reading it and I'm like, no, he is not suing me. He sued me for, it was 3 different counts. What was it? He tried to sue me for assault, battery, and negligence. Keep in mind, you're the officer. You're the one who went through training to protect and serve. And you didn't protect or serve. You was trying to kill the girl. But I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
You ready to fucking die?
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
So y'all, I'm reading the paper and I'm just like, I'm stuck, right? So now I'm like, God, what is, like, I'm now at this point I'm asking God, like, what, like, what's going on, like, what? Like, that's all I could say was what. So I still now I still, you know, get myself together to go to church, but now I'm in tears. Like, I'm in tears driving, and I didn't even make it. Like, I pulled my car over, and I really just, like, you know how, like, when you're crying and driving just don't mix. It don't. So you know how, like, you trying to hold your composure, because at this point I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. I pulled over, I just started busting out crying. I just went back home because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I thought that this was done. So he sued me, and this was, keep in mind, he sued me not a full year later. I think he was like a month shy of a year later or something like that. And so for like the last 5 years, that is what I have been dealing with. And unfortunately, the process of fighting that case was so hard, because when I tell you nobody wanted to pick this case up, like no lawyer wanted to pick this case up, and I tried everything. Anything you could think of, I tried. Now keep in mind, y'all know I live in DC. We got too many law schools here and too many resources. So I tried to find a lawyer myself. Nobody wanted to pick up the case, and it's just, it used to piss me off, because people be like, oh, just get a lawyer. Bitch, don't you think I would have been got a lawyer if it was that easy? Don't nobody want to take, because I think because of the nature of the job, that was kind of given high profile. Maybe that's why. That's just, I don't know. Nobody wanted to take this. So we have this place, organization, I don't know what you want to call it, in DC called Brave for the City. And every like first Saturday or whatever it is, how they got it, they offer DC residents free legal advice. No matter what it is, you can come get you some free legal advice. Went down there, did that. Hold on, now I'm gonna put my foundation on. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna mix today, because I haven't worn this foundation in so long. So this is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Macao, and I might do like one pump of the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in New Caledonia, because New Caledonia is too dark. But I do feel like the light reflecting foundation, maybe because of the light reflecting pigments and stuff that they have in it, I'm not gonna say that it looks too light, but it's just like too yellowish. I don't know. I don't know how to want to say that, but let's just get back into the tea. So I went down to Bread in the City, and they gave me some pretty solid advice, but they ended up, the lady who helped me, I think she ended up putting my case into like a network of other lawyers to see if like any of her colleagues or any of people that she knew would want to pick it up. Nobody wanted to pick this up, and so I had to fight it pro se. I didn't have no choice, because you know, when it's dealing with the courts, everything is on a timeline. So yeah, I had to fight it pro se for a while. And so one day I was talking to my good girlfriend Khadijah. Hey Khadijah girl, if you watching this, hey girl. I was talking to her about, you know, what was going on or whatever. She's such a sweet girl, and she was like, oh, my dad is really good at like that type of stuff. Like, she was like, you know, I could connect you with him and maybe he could help you, and he did. So shout out to Khadijah and her dad, man. They were a tremendous help to me fighting that case pro se. So yeah, so you see how I mix the what did I mix? Macao, hold on, this is the light reflecting in the New Caledonia, but I'm talking, so I accidentally did too many pumps of the New Caledonia, so I'm just gonna add another pump of the light reflecting foundation. Easy fix. But yeah, so shout out to them. Now as we're inching to the end of the road, where it's basically you do all of the jury selection stuff, the guy's lawyer was like, oh, you need to get your insurance company involved, because you're gonna pay, like, you need to get your insurance company involved. So I'm like, what my insurance company got to do with it? Because I wasn't in no accident, right? Like, I never thought to hit up my insurance company, and I wish I would have thought to do it sooner, because my insurance company actually saved my damn life. So, oh, somebody else I want to shout out. Quan. Shout out to Quan. You know who Quan is. If you know, you motherfucker know. Quan is my guy. Shout out to Quan because not only do Quan help me with my Final Cut Pro stuff, that's my guy. There was an issue where I could not, when my job gave me the video footage, I could not open that junk on a MacBook. It will only open on like a HP, but I have no HP. So Quan was able to get that junk to open up on my MacBook, bruh, which also saved my life because I had no other way of showing the footage, bruh. So thank you so much, Quan. Yeah, so what happened next? So we get to the end of the road when now we gotta do jewelry selection. So they like, oh, before we even get there, like, you need to get your car, your insurance copy. So you know I'm pro se. Oh, here go the Severance. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, so I was like, all right, well, I ain't got $5 million to get this, so let me call the insurance company. So I called them, man. When I tell you the insurance company appointed me a lawyer immediately, man, the lawyer stepped in. He came to the next court date with me. Now keep in mind the pandemic is going on at this point, so we didn't have to physically go, but he hopped on the call with me. He told the judge like, hey, I just got on her case, if you could give me some more time. His lawyer started fighting him. Was like, oh no, we already did discovery. Like, nah, we not open to you reopening discovery. But the judge was nice enough to open like partial discovery. But the judge was nice enough to let my lawyer, you know, do a little bit more discovery, where they discovered that this guy's a nutcase. So to make a very long story short, the lawyer hopped on the case. I think he was on it for about a year, and he did what he needed to do. And then we also got to the end of the road again, where it was like, okay, now we have to go to trial. Like, my insurance was willing to settle with him. He was not willing to take the number, so he wanted to take it to trial. So all right, I have no choice but to go to trial. Y'all, I kid you not. And when I tell you I prayed so hard. Another person I just thought about to shout out, Morgan. Shout out to my girl Morgan. She sent me some Justice salts, some bath salts, man, and that was actually how I got my lawyer. I don't know if that's really how, because I don't know. I don't want to freak y'all out with like superstitious type of stuff, but when I tell you, the night that I used her Justice salts and I really like bathed in the salts and was praying to God, I prayed so hard that night. The next day is when I got my lawyer. So I mean, I don't know if it was the salts, but I'm gonna give props to the salts. So yeah, shout out to my girl Morgan. I'm gonna put her little link and her little information down below if y'all want to check out her site and get some little goodies, you know. But yeah, so we get to the end of the road. Do y'all know, literally, I think it was like a week before trial. So now at this point, I'm preparing to take off work. I'm preparing to just mentally prepare, and for me, mentally prepare to see him again, because I'm not even gonna hold you, like, you don't really think about things that, you don't really think about PTSD, in my opinion, until you really deal with it. It had even got to a point where, like, if I seen somebody with his same build and same like bald head, I would tense up, and I don't like that, because it just don't give that for me. Like, I don't like that. So I just had to mentally prepare for all of this, just for the guy to say, oh nah, I'ma settle, it's cool, I'ma settle. Praise the Lord. So for me, that was, when I tell you, a huge, it was just a huge, like, think of the highest number of weights that you can fucking put in a room. That is how much weight was lifted off of my shoulders. Like, you don't even understand. Like, I done lost friends throughout this process because people couldn't understand that I'm mentally fucked up right now. Like, I can't pour into you right now because I have nothing in me right now. Like, I've never even seen $5 million. So my thing is, even if he don't get awarded $5 million, if he get awarded anything, now that's money coming out of my pocket to do the things that I'm trying to do. I come from nothing. Okay, I worked so hard for every single little thing that I had. I put in the work for it. If you know me, you fucking know. You know. my childhood friends who really know like how I really went through the struggle and really came from the trenches and really came out on top. For me, it felt like, damn, what the hell, I really struggled and did all that hard work for a man to come and take some of that profit. I was not feeling that. So I wasn't the best friend to people that I know that I can be, but at the same time, as my friend, you should understand that I have nothing else in me. So I done lost friends, I done lost gigs, weddings. I don't really like doing weddings anyway, but like I lost a lot in the last couple of years because I was just so down and fucked up mentally. Just fucked up mentally. And I don't even want to get into what dating was like. But girl, yeah, so now that that's done, I just feel like I could be more myself, and that was something that was hard for me to do throughout that period of my life, because I can't sit in front of a camera and really be myself if I'm not feeling like myself. Like, I'm not feeling like nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to just lay in my bed and go to sleep and not think about what the hell is going on. So yeah, that's that. But aside from that, things have been going really good for me. I think I put too much new Caledona on because I'm looking a little... Do I look dark? Can't really tell. But we're going to brighten me up. I'm going to go back in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. But this time, I'm going to use honey. And I'm going to brighten up the center of my face. And maybe the T-zone too. Why not? But yeah, aside from that, life has been good. I did reopen my makeup studio, so I'm going to be showing you guys that, because though I have been open for about a year now, I did record like me actually getting the space together. So I'm gonna take you guys through that journey, and if you want, like, I can start taking y'all to work too. Do y'all want to see like client makeovers and stuff? Like, let me know. Drop down in the comments below. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in seeing, because I would try to incorporate that into my channel too. Like, I think that would be fun. And then for you, that could kind of be like the makeup class that y'all be asking for. So aside from that, I did open my makeup studio, and that's going really, really well. I'm really proud of my little baby, and I really think she's cuter than my last studio. And that was one thing I did regret. Like, I know that I showed you guys like me remodeling the floors because I didn't like the carpet that was... It's a big ass fly in here. Like, oh, how did it get in here? I don't even be having my windows open. I don't even know where he went. But I never really gave you guys like a studio tour or really brought you guys in there. It was cute, but my new space is even cuter. So if y'all want to see that too, like, let me know. Again, guys, I like for my concealers to dry down some, but I don't like the edges to dry down. So I just like to just, you know, lightly blend those out and then let the rest of the concealer do its thing. Kind of put too much right here, but... Now, in other news... The boys is out. The boys is outside. Y'all's not gonna believe what I did. But before I tell you, I'm gonna jump in with my new favorite blushes. I love these blushes so much that I bought them for myself to try them out, because I was using the e.l.f. cream blushes at first, but I didn't really like the consistency. Like, the colors are pretty, but the color payoff is not as good as these. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Sweet Cheeks. Yeah. And this is my favorite combo. Like, I love this combo so much that I now do it on my clients. So I'm going to go in with Showgirl and Babydoll. And I like to use Showgirl. Either I'll mix it, or I'll use the Showgirl first and then go around the edges of the Showgirl with the Babydoll just to kind of soften it up. So, I mean, I'll just show you anyway. But, yeah, girl. So, aside from that, you know, once the court stuff got behind me, I started progressing into my career. I don't really talk to you guys about my like technical career much, but you know, aside from makeup and stuff, I am an IT specialist, so I have been growing in my career. So I'm happy about that. And then I made a really impulsive decision to buy a goddamn puppy. What made me buy this puppy? Well, I'm not gonna say I don't know, because I have been wanting a puppy for so long, and I finally found the sweetest, most cutest, most perfect little pup ever. And I did vlog me picking him up for the first time, and I have been vlogging us. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys that. Do y'all want to see him today? He on punishment right now because yeah, this is one thing I would say, like, he has been doing really good with the potty. But girl, I set up my studio area to get back into YouTube. Girl, why he gonna poop and pee in my area? Like, oh, let me tell you something right now. We don't do that. I don't know what they do where you came from, but we don't do that here, okay? Yeah. So he on punishment right now. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he not, I don't know if I'm gonna show y'all him today. But yeah, I love him so much. So I'm gonna be showing you guys him as well. And then aside from that, like, I don't know, like, only thing that I could say is, and I know I say this all the time, is, oh, so I put the Showgirl on first, and I'm just kind of blending it out with the baby girl. But all I can really say is, y'all, I'm back for real this time. Like, it's no excuse, because it's nothing going on. Like, girl, we're not trying to get nothing. Like, you ain't fighting no case, you ain't doing none of that, girl. We want to see these videos every week. And so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you the videos every week. Also, guys, I want to know if you would be interested in seeing my vlogs, because life, girl, when I do go outside, it be a time to, like, if y'all want to see, like, if y'all want to keep up with the city girl, let me know, because yeah, I can be dropping my vlogs too. And also, me and my girlfriend, we're thinking about doing a joint vlogging channel too, called Keeping Up with the City Girls, because I mean, yeah, we are the city girls and we be out having a good old city time. So yeah, I'm gonna put all of this stuff down below in the description box, so you know, check it out, you know, girls. So yeah, now that I have the blush on, you know, it's very much giving. So I'm just gonna kind of, I don't like to just use too much concealer because it's really not necessary. So I'm just kind of picking up, you know, the wetness that's under my eyes and just kind of adding that where I want to. So I just kind of want to add a little bit more light on the chin, and I do want to add some in the center of my forehead. So I'm just going to pick some of that up. Okay, just kind of bring her up right here, just a little teeny, not too much, just to give some extra dimension. Now I'm not going to mess with my nose today, and that's another thing. Like, I don't do my nose all the time, but I usually do it on YouTube just so you guys can kind of see the full thing. But we just want to keep it cute today. This is makeup therapy, okay? We ain't doing too much, we'll be doing enough. Alright, Miss Mamas, pro tip of the day: if you're going to be using liquids and creams, you gotta set it with a powder, okay? Time to set. So I'm going to be using 2 different powders today, only because I was kind of cleaning out my makeup stuff. I have so much stuff to go through, but I was kind of going through my makeup stuff, and I found this old powder that I haven't used in a while. This is from HudaBeauty, and I'm going to use the shade Kunafa, I guess. Then I also do have my Mercier medium deep on standby, because let me tell you, Huda powders ain't nothing to play with. Very much full coverage powders, okay? But I do want to keep my under eye bright. So yeah, I'm going to now kind of blend out the concealer underneath. I really didn't need to pick up a new brush, but whatever. And you see how I'm just patting that in? You just want to just pat that into the skin, mamas, okay? Don't move your concealer, just push it in. And then now I'm going to use my handy dandy little triangle puff, and I'm going to pick up the Kunafa, whatever it's called. And make sure you top some of this off, because again, the powder's a lot, child. I'm just going to make sure the creasing is blended out, because however you set it is how it's going to set. So make sure it's nice and smooth before you put that powder on, okay? Hold on. You see how full she is? She don't come to play. And I'm just pushing that in as well. This is gonna give you that true Instagram filter, okay? Like, this powder does a lot. You see that? But I love it. I love it. I don't use it all the time, but when I do, she definitely gives me that, like, that CoverGirl look. I actually might start going back to using these because I'm really liking, like, the finish. Like, it's just giving, like, filter. You just want to make sure that when you are applying it, that you don't have a lot on your puff. You do not. This is one powder that you don't need a lot of, okay? Okay. See, like this side I had a little bit more, but that's okay. Just keep pressing it in until the powder kind of blends itself out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you. Just keep pressing that in. See? You want to keep pressing it and it'll do what it needs to do. And now I'm just kind of going in with my Mercier in medium deep, and I'm using that same powder puff, but I just want to make sure I kind of focus on the edges of the other powder that we use, because again, she is so yellow, like so yellow, but she does what she needs to do. And I like to just take the butt of the powder puff and just set the rest of my face with that Mercier in medium deep. It's very common for your forehead to get some little wrinkle marks, because if you like moving your face all around. So just make sure you blend that back out by pressing that back into the skin, and then hit it with the powder so that it doesn't do that anymore when you do move your face. And that is why you want to make sure you set your face anytime you're using liquid, so that your face don't move, sis. You need the powder. Get the powder. All right, so now for the fun part. Well, all of it is fun, but the finishing touches. All right, so this is also another product I haven't used in a while, and this is the Black Radiance Contour Palette in Dark to Deep. And I'm gonna go in with the Sculpt color and reinforce that color back into my cheeks using an angled brush. You could just she back. And I like to just brush some up into the hairline too for more added dimension. And if you feel like you're not doing your contour right, girl, just kiss it out. You will see your natural hollows, and just place that brown color where it's already look brown. Then I'm going to use my same brush and go in with my Burnt Peppers. You should already know my favorite blush. I could not come back and not use my favorite blush. Like, come on now, be for real. And I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheek. And then I'm going to go back into the Black Radiant palette. We're going to use that same brush, girl. You know we don't waste brushes around here. And I'm going to use that highlight color, and I'm just going to put that right on top of the blush. See how pretty that is? Kind of sprinkle some on the nose. I also like to use any brush. I'm just using a little angled brush real quick because I do like to have a little on my nose. Some of my clients don't like this, but I do. I feel like it draws the attention to the eyes. Like whoever's talking to you, it just draws their attention to your eyes. But yeah, just a little on the bridge of the nose. Since I did that, I am just going to add a little bit of definition just right here. This is Sculpt now, okay? And I'm just going to add some definition so you see the nose. You know my nose small. And now I want my eyes to look a little bit more sultry, so I'm going to use one of my favorite black eyeliners. This one is from Urban Decay. And this is the 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Perversion. This is their blackest, blickety black. And I'm just going to put that on my waterline. And now I want to try this new mascara. Now I'm thinking that this mascara must be the truth because I had to get the mini size. But this is Damn Girl from, oh, who made this? Too Faced. I love Too Faced. So Too Faced came out with a new mascara called Damn Girl. It's a 24-hour mascara. It says that 97% of people saw full on volume. 100% said they saw intense black lashes, which is my thing. I love an intense black lash, like the black of the lash. I love. 99% saw long wearing results, which is good. We don't like mascara that runs or flakes. And 95% of people said they had long lasting curl. So we're about to be the judge of that using the mini travel size, unfortunately, but let's see what it's giving. Okay. Okay, who face? Okay, she giving. I like that. I would definitely use this mascara for nighttime because she definitely pulled the lash out. Like, my lash look good. Okay, we like that. Oh my god, y'all did not even do my brows. I normally do my brows before I get on camera, but oh, hold on, y'all. Asia calling. Hello.
How's your day off?
Girl, I'm filming.
You know what?
I'm filming.
Oh, tell them I said hi.
Y'all, Asia said hi, y'all.
Hi, you guys. Okay, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I'm almost done, so give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna call you right back. So, okay, yeah, so I'm just brushing my brow hairs up with the spoolie in. If you don't know, this is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I love these pencils. Somebody asked me a long time ago, like, oh, what pencils you use? And honestly, I would use any pencils that I could get my hands on. But now that I've been using these are my favorite. So yeah, Precisely My Brow. I'm using the shade 4.5. I might use 4 sometimes, like in the front of my brow. If I don't want to go, you know, if I want that super natural look. Or sometimes I might even use number 5 if I'm out of 4.5. But yeah, these brow pencils are the truth. 4.5 is my go-to color though. So I like to warm, this is a brand new pencil, so let me warm it up some because she be hard as hell when you first open her. Just warming her up on the back of my hand so the pencil is not so hard. Okay. And yeah, just kind of fill your brows in. I'll do a more in-depth video. If you want, let me know down below. But I really just do real quick. Now, I really love this brow pencil because it really gives you like a really thin line, which I love. So you can control how thick or thin you want your brows. And then the color payoff is just really chef's kiss. I don't like brow colors that's like, brow pencils that's like, it's hard to get the color payoff to really show, or the browns are like really ashy. I don't like that. But I'll make it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, these are the truth. So now let's get into the lip cocktail. Alright, so for lip liner, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is number 3 Intense, or is it 3 Intense and the color is called Pillow Talk? Whatever it is, get hip, sis. I love Charlotte Tilbury lip pencils because they're so soft and creamy, but the color payoff is like so tea. So I'm just gonna line my lips with that real quick. You see how that just went on real buttery smooth? Girl, you better run to Sephora and get you some lip pencils, girl. Okay, got the lip on. I love the lip liner just even by itself, but I'm gonna go in with my Sephora cream lip stain, and this is the number 120, but the color is called Mystic Cloud. It's like the perfect nude for my brown girls. Okay, and I'm just gonna put that right in the center. Look how pretty that is. Like, it's like a natural lip color. I love it. All right, now you can leave her like this. You can leave her like this, but I'm gonna give y'all the full cocktail, okay? So now I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is in the color Bronze. This kind of reminds me of Oh Baby from MAC, but much cheaper and less glittery, but it's really pretty. I'm just gonna put that one right on top. Look how pretty that is. Yeah. Ooh, and it smells really good too. I never even noticed the smell till just now. Ooh, look how pretty that is. I love this gloss. And it has hyaluronic acid. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good to me. So yeah, this pretty much wraps up today's look. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'm being so honest with y'all when I say the girl is back in full effect. Like, it's nothing weighing me down, it's nothing holding me down, and I'm gonna be pumping these videos out every week. So yeah, y'all, if there's something in particular that you really want to see, something that you really want me to try, let me know. Like, hit up the girl on Instagram, hit up the girl down in the comments below. Let me know. Like, y'all are my friends. Like, stop playing so much. But yeah, I appreciate y'all so much, and shout out to the girls who do be hitting me up on Instagram in the inbox, checking on me like, hey, where's the video? Hey, we miss you, like, come back. Even the girls who write on my comments, them messages don't go unnoticed, and in my mind I just be like, I gotta push, I gotta do what I gotta do. But also when I'm sad, like, my misery don't like company. Like, if you know me, when I get in my moods, I will isolate real bad. And that's something I guess I should work on, but I just don't like being around people with negative energy. Like, I prefer to be around y'all when I'm nice and positive. But I feel like at the end of the day, y'all want to see the tea. So I'm back. I'm happy to be back. Make sure y'all check out my new vlogging channel with my girl Asia, Keeping Up with the City Girls. I'm gonna put that down below. I'm gonna put more good stuff down below. And yeah. Oh, and before I go, I guess I can show y'all Kanye. Now, when I did the puppy vlog for me picking him up and all of that, I think I was kind of speaking in the sense of like, oh, I don't want to reveal his name, or like, you'll see when you see him. But let me go get him up from timeout real quick. Hold on, y'all, hold on. You say hey, Kanye. You say hey, Papas. Say I was sleeping. And my mommy was mad at me. I was mad at you, Pooh. I was mad at you, Pooh. Yeah, tell the people we's back on YouTube. Yeah. We's back. Let me get this hair out your face. Look at my stinker man. Oh, look, y'all can't even see him. Look at my stinker man. You say hi? You say hi, Kanye? Wait, yeah, wave. You be trying to fake a wave. You say hi? He need to be groomed. Don't worry, we about to get him groomed on Wednesday. Yeah. You say hi, poo-poo. Look, he was sleeping good. Okay. Alright, so let's tell the people bye. We'll see them in the next video. If you want to see this cute face, yeah, make sure you come back. Alright, bye girls. Say bye. He loves his mommy. He just want to hug on me. Bye y'all.